Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And I brought the daily book of positive quotations, as well as the two melody baby. That's a blooper where if you were watching, I can't even say it straight. If you were watching a normal YouTuber, they would go back and they would edit that part out. But I don't. And actually, I'm going to use it to grab the first book that comes to me. And that book is Daily Book of Positive Quotations. I'm having such a silly day. I went to bed early last night, purposely, so that I could get up today and get a lot of stuff done. I have a doctor's appointment at 2 o'clock, and so I was like, I'm going to get all of my stuff done before my doctor's appointment, come home, film one more video, and then just kind of relax for the day and listen to audiobooks, watch TV, hang out with my husband. So anyway, it's been a couple days since I've been over here filming, and I miss filming videos on this channel and reading meditations. So let my silly self get right into today's meditation, which from the Daily Book of Positive Quotations is about a balance in life. Something I know nothing about. Where are my glasses? Okay. A balance in life. January 13th. There are as many nights as days, and the one is just as long as the other in the year's course. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Carl Jung. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we never had a problem or a bad day? And yet, the sunshine after a storm is often brighter and more pleasurable than the sunshine after a string of cloudless days. Happiness that follows a troubled time can be more intense, or at least more appreciated, than happiness in the midst of any easy time. If I feel like things are not going well right now, I'll think about how good it's going to feel when I get through this, and I will get through this. Fantastic meditation, fantastic, and I really like the motivating, inspirational spirit that it has in saying that you will get through this, whatever you're going through right now. You know, I have talked about this at length on my channel, this whole idea of, you know, like the sunlight of the spirit shining again and whatever, and the good and the bad, and it's a lesson that I think I learned later in life. I can actually remember walking through, it was my ex and I and a friend of ours, and we had gone to stay at this casino in southern Indiana, the three of us, and she and I were like, I think it was that we had a fourth friend with us too. We were walking to dinner that night, and she and I were talking, and she was sharing something with me that she had been going through, and, you know, and I said, I'm really sorry that you're going through that. I said, you know, one of the things that I've learned in life is that I think it's the good with the bad, you know, it's the yin and the yang kind of thing, and I did say that, you know, and I said, you know, it's the bitter and the sweet, it's the positive and the negative, that, you know, nobody wants to have bad days, nobody wants to have trouble in their life, but the reality is that we wouldn't really know what really great days are or what true happiness is if we hadn't, right? Now, I do think that it's important to have tools and skills in our toolbox so that when we are going through troubled times or we're going through really hard times in our lives, that they don't feel as hard or as tough as they could feel, right? Because there have been periods of my life where I really just couldn't handle anything. Any troubled time that I was going through, you know, just seemed so catastrophic. And using that word it is important because I think I used to catastrophize everything that happened to me in my life. You know, it could be anything from, you know, getting a D on a paper in college to getting, you know, a DUI, like, you know, well, I mean, it could be anything, you know, it could be getting into a fight with my dad or going through a breakup, you know, everything was a 10 out of 10, you know, it could be getting into an argument with my mom or, you know, I don't know, being stuck in traffic, everything was a 10 out of 10, everything was like, you know. And the reality is just not everything's a 10 out of 10. It just isn't. And when you start looking at it that way and you realize, man, some of these things are 3s, some of these things are 2s, some of these things don't even warrant being on any kind of chart or whatever, you know? Then it's like, or some measurable chart, then it's like, well, these things aren't as bad as I thought they were, you know? I also think it's important, I got off of my thing in here, I also think it's important when it talks in here about, and things will get better, when it says at the end, if I feel like things are not going well right now, I'll often think about how good it's going to feel when I get through this, and I will get through this. The battery is about to die, hold on a second. Okay, I caught it. I'm so glad I caught it this time. All right, so getting back to the book, it says in here, if I feel like things are not going well right now, I'll think about how good it's going to feel when I get through this, and I will get through this. And I think that's so important, right? And, referencing the quote by Maya Angelou that Oprah talks about that I got wrong time and time again, that when you're going through a difficult time in your life, look up and say thank you because you're about to learn a valuable lesson. Well, I do like that quote, but the actual quote is that when you're going through a difficult time in your life, look up and say thank you because the sunlight of the Spirit shall shine again, and that, this too shall pass. And I love that. I love the idea of remembering that this too shall pass. And when I look through my life at really, really difficult times, really hard times and maybe not so hard times, but still hard times, and I look back and I think, at the time, it seemed so catastrophic. It seemed, so difficult. But I made it through it, and I'm stronger for it, and I have tools and skills as a result of having gone through that in my life, and I'm going to get through this next thing in my life as well. Whatever you're going through today, whether it's a breakup or, you're unhappy at your job or, I don't know, you just got fired or, if you're moving or, I don't know, you and your friend aren't getting along or you're fighting with a family member or you're just not having a good day, whatever it is, this too shall pass. Brighter days are coming ahead. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Things are going to get better. They will. Trust me. All right, so let's get to one more meditation. I'm going to read from The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beatty. Let's see, January 13th. Let's see what it says in here. Good feelings, January 13th. It's a short one. The really introspective, kind of like sad, deep thinking ones are long, right? But the good feelings, it's short. January 13th, good feelings. When we talk about feelings in recovery, we often focus on the troublesome trio, pain, fear, and anger. But there are other feelings available in the emotional realm. Happiness, joy, peace, contentment, love, closeness, excitement. It's okay, closeness. How do you feel today? Closeness. I like that one though. It's okay to let ourselves feel pleasurable feelings too. We don't have to worry when we experience good feelings. We don't have to scare ourselves out of them. We don't have to sabotage our happiness. We do that sometimes to get to the more familiar, less joyous terrain. It's okay to feel good. We don't have to analyze, judge, or justify. We don't have to bring ourselves down or let others bring us down by injecting negativity. We can let ourselves feel good. Today, I will remind myself that it is my right to feel as good as I can. I can have many moments of feeling good. I can find a balanced place of feeling content, peaceful, and good. And I love that meditation, especially in response to what we were just talking about, that there are going to be tough times. I think also, like when we go through tough times, especially through grieving, there's almost a guilt we feel, right? Like, if you've gone through the loss of anybody that's super close to you, whether that's a best friend or a parent or whatnot, I think that, I can remember like, the night after, I think it was like the night or two after my mom passed away, and myself and two of my friends were driving around, and we were putting together these CDs of all of my mom's favorite music, and we were driving around, and we were telling stories of my mom, because they were really close with my mom too, and, we were listening to songs, and we were singing, and these were all songs that my mom loved, Everything from that song, she loved that song in the soundtrack to the movie Once. Did you ever see that? That dun 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 dun, dun that falling softly. You know that song? My mom loved that song. From that to The Way We Were to Judy Collins songs to Bob Dylan songs, on and on and on. To Janet Jackson to songs to Garbage. My mom loved Shirley Manson from Garbage, the band. To Donna Summer to whatever. And, we were telling stories, and it was really a good night, I was sad, I missed my mom, but it was a good night, and it was really a celebration of my mom's life at the same time. I think there's a guilt that we feel often with that, or let's say 6 months have gone by, and we're really enjoying ourselves doing something, going on a trip or going to an amusement park or, just having a shopping day with friends or whatever. And then it's like for a second we like remember that they're gone. And then it's like, oh, I shouldn't be happy or I shouldn't be enjoying this. And I think the thing that we have to remember is, I just know this to be true from my mom. My mom would say, I would want you to be happy. Like, that's why I raised you to have a happy, joyous life. I would want you to be happy. Even if we don't know that person would tell us to be happy, right? I think there's not a whole lot we can do. They're gone, right? And I think that the best way sometimes for us to celebrate that loss is by living a full life, a full joyful life, and by remembering them and respecting them and honoring them, you know, and paying homage to the life that they lived. So, you know, joyfully or gracefully if they did, you know, and remembering the good things about them. You know, I think that's important too. So it's important for us to allow ourselves to have good days and not beat ourselves up for it, you know. You have a right to feel good. You have a right to be happy, and you should. So for any of those of you that are going through tough times right now, I'm really sorry. And like I said, this too shall pass. Things are going to get better. Things are going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And, you know, sometimes I'm hesitant to say that, but you're going to be okay. And maybe that's all you need to hear, you know. Maybe if I can believe it, then you can believe it. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.